Touching the Void follows two young climbers in 1985 who attempt to climb the west face of Ciudad Grande in Peru. It maps their ascent and problematic descent of the mountain.
I was in Yorkshire, in Leeds, with Mike Shepherd of Knee High, and we were working on a show called The Wooden Frog, and it was a bit mental. It's a very beautiful show with Mandy Lawrence in it playing. It's a sort of Cinderella story directed by Emma Rice. We've been working very hard. We were in a pub. Mike Shepherd said, I've just seen a film. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You have to go and see it. And the next chance you've got. And so I did, and it was Touching the Void. There are some films where you just go, this is absolutely part of my life from now on. And I immediately bought the book and read it, and it's even better than the film. And Mike said, you should turn it into a play. And I said, don't be stupid, that's absolutely impossible. And then I started thinking about it, and we actually did a workshop at a place called Cove Park in Scotland, mucking around on a carpet with a couple of actors. And Ty Green, who's designed this, was there going, can't design this, it doesn't make any sense. And we did that in 2006, quite a long time ago.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I heard that somebody was going to try and put it on a stage, make it into a play, simply because a theatre is kind of almost the opposite of what mountains are. A theatre is this kind of enclosed dark space, isn't it, with all these people around you, and a mountain is totally the opposite to that. It's a huge, massive sort of open space with nobody around you,
The film is absolutely brilliant because it really gives you the impression of what it would be like to be there looking at this mountain that they're climbing. That's what it does. What we want to do in the piece of theatre is see whether we can find a way to give the audience a feeling of what it might be like to be on the mountain. We can sort of do looking at the mountain, but a film's going to do that better.
Doubtless, a lot of people will think it's the Touching the Void story rehashed, but I think it's something quite different. I think what the play tries to do is answer the big question that non-mountaineers always ask, which is, why do you do it?
What drives two young men in the prime of their lives to go off to a mountain in the middle of nowhere to try and attempt to climb this face that no one's climbed before, in the knowledge that if you fail or something goes wrong, you're most likely going to die?
I think for us it was so many moving parts, and I think that's what's been so amazing about working with Tom Morris, the director, is that he is a visionary. He does see it, and he gets the right people in the right room, and we all contribute.
But bizarrely, I've ended up in theatres. I spend a lot of time in theatres. I tour theatres, so I speak in theatres all the time. So theatres have become a bit of a home to me.
I went to stay with Simon Yates in the Lake District a few weeks ago, the week before rehearsal started, basically, which was wonderful. Incredibly generous of him and his wife Jane to put me up. I went to see him give a lecture because he's on a lecture tour at the moment. And then stayed with him and chatted a lot about it and a lot about mountaineering in general and these questions that David's script brings up, because I think it's not a biopic in the sense that we see in cinema all the time. I'm not playing Simon as a character full of idiosyncrasies and that sort of thing, but I am taking his part in what is now a kind of culturally ingrained story.
You know what, it is the four of us, but it's also now with our covers, we have three lovely understudies who are amazing, and our stage management team from the previous tour, the previous production and this one are just brilliant, and there is the work that goes on behind the scenes. It's like noises off. There's so much stuff going on. They're running around trying to. It's such a technical show, and they have been absolutely brilliant. So there might be four of us, but there's like a team.
It's like a duck on the water, like gliding along, but you don't see the feet underneath.
Yeah, it's just